Welcome to this IELTS Listening Practice Test, brought to you by Spinta, your partner in English exam success. This test simulates the real IELTS listening experience with authentic question types, timing, and difficulty levels you'll encounter on exam day. You'll hear the audio only once, just like in the actual test, so stay focused and keep your pencil ready. Remember to read the questions carefully during the preparation time and transfer your answers accurately. This practice will help you build confidence, improve your listening skills, and familiarize yourself with the IELTS format.
Part 1. Now look at Part 1. You will hear a conversation between a student and a university accommodation officer about finding a room. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Good morning. Welcome to the University Accommodation Office. How can I help you today?
Hi, good morning. I'm a new international student, and I'm looking for some information about finding a room for the upcoming academic year. I'm a bit overwhelmed with all the options.
Of course, we're here to help with that. Let's get some basic details first, if you don't mind. Could I take your full name, please?
Certainly. It's Olivia Harper. Harper is spelled H-A-R-P-E-R.
Thank you, Olivia. And your student ID number, please?
Yes, it's HBA9047. That's HBA9047.
Got it. And a contact number, please? Preferably a mobile.
Sure. It's 077-009-00123. I've just got a local SIM card, so that's the best way to reach me.
Perfect. And finally, which course will you be studying here at the university?
I'll be starting a bachelor's in media studies. I'm really excited about it.
Media studies. Excellent choice. So let's talk about your accommodation preferences. Do you have a particular type of room in mind? We offer single rooms with shared bathrooms, en-suite rooms, and even some twin rooms if you prefer to share.
I think I'd prefer an en-suite room, if possible. I value my privacy, and having my own bathroom would be a huge plus.
Right, an en-suite. And for how long are you planning to stay? Is it just for one term or the full academic year?
I'm hoping to stay for the entire academic year, which is typically 9 months, right? I want to get settled in and focus on my studies without having to worry about moving again.
That's perfectly understandable. The academic year option is very popular. Now let's discuss your budget. What's your maximum weekly rent, roughly speaking?
Well, I've looked at some prices, and I'd ideally like to keep it under £200 a week. Maybe up to £200 if it's a really great place, but definitely not more than that. £180 would be ideal, but I know that might be difficult for an ensuite.
I see. £200 is certainly a realistic budget for an ensuite in many of our halls. Now, are there any particular facilities that are important to you? For example, good internet, laundry facilities, or perhaps common areas?
Oh yes, internet is crucial. What's the typical speed like? For my course, I'll be doing a lot of online research and video editing.
All our rooms come with high-speed internet. You'll get at least 100 megabits per second, which should be more than enough for your needs. And for laundry, we have facilities in the basement of each accommodation block. They're coin-operated, but very convenient.
That's good to know. And what about a deposit? Is there a security deposit required?
Yes, there is a refundable security deposit required, equivalent to 2 weeks' rent. It's returned to you at the end of your tenancy, provided there's no damage beyond normal wear and tear.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Thank you so much for all your help. This has been really informative.
You're most welcome, Olivia. I'll print out some options for you now based on your preferences. Would you like to take a look?
Part 2. Now look at Part 2. You will hear an announcement about an upcoming open day at a local community center. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Springwood Community Centre's annual Open Day. My name is Mark Johnson, and I'm the Centre Manager. It's fantastic to see so many of you here today, keen to explore what our wonderful centre has to offer. Firstly, for those of you who are new to us, let me tell you a little about our facilities. We're located right here on Park Street, just next to the library, making us easily accessible by public transport or on foot. Our opening hours are quite extensive to accommodate everyone's schedules. We're open every day, including weekends, from 9 a.m. right up until 10 p.m. We believe in providing a flexible and welcoming space for all members of our diverse community. The main aim of the Springwood Community Centre is to promote well-being in various forms, physical, mental, and social, within the local area. We do this by offering a wide range of activities and services, from educational workshops to sports classes, and everything in between. We also have a fantastic cafe and a quiet reading room, which are popular spots for people to relax and socialize. Looking ahead, we're particularly excited about our upcoming holiday program. We've got a packed schedule of special events designed for families and individuals during the school break, so make sure you pick up a leaflet at the reception desk before you leave today. Details for registration are all there. We're also always on the lookout for enthusiastic volunteers to help us run our various programs. Currently, we have a particular need for volunteers to assist with our cooking classes, helping participants with food preparation and general kitchen duties. If you have a passion for food and enjoy helping others, please speak to one of our staff members today. Now, let's talk about some of the specific activities and classes we offer, as I know many of you are interested in trying something new. We categorize our activities by target group to make it easier for you to find what you're looking for. First, for our adult members, we have a very popular yoga class. It runs twice a week, on Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings, and it's fantastic for flexibility and stress relief. Many people find it a great way to unwind after a busy day. For our younger members, specifically teenagers, we have an active chess club. It meets every Thursday afternoon, and is a brilliant way for young minds to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills, in a fun and competitive environment. New members are always welcome, regardless of their skill level. And for the very little ones, our toddlers and young children, we have storytime sessions. These are held every Monday and Friday morning, with our experienced storytellers bringing classic and new tales to life. It's a wonderful opportunity for children to develop early literacy skills and socialize with their peers. We also offer activities that are suitable for all ages. Our community gardening workshop, for instance, is open to everyone, from young children to seniors. Participants help maintain our beautiful community garden, learn about horticulture, and enjoy the outdoors. It's a truly intergenerational activity that fosters a sense of community. And finally, for our seniors, we've recently introduced new digital skills training sessions. These classes cover everything from basic computer use and internet navigation to setting up email accounts and using social media, helping our older generation stay connected in an increasingly digital world. They've been incredibly successful so far. So, as you can see, there's something for everyone here at the Springwood Community Center. Please feel free to explore the center, speak to our instructors and staff, and sign up for any classes that pique your interest. Don't forget to grab a copy of our full timetable and event guide at the reception. Thank you for coming, and enjoy your day.
Part 3. Now look at Part 3. You will hear 3 university students, Liam, Mia, and David, discussing challenges they've faced with their recent research projects. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Hey Mia, David, how are you both getting on with your research projects? Mine's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest.
Oh, tell me about it, Liam. I was just about to say the same. It feels like every time I try to make progress, I hit another wall.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. What kind of issues are you running into, Liam?
For me, it's mostly about time management. I keep underestimating how long each stage will take, and then suddenly I'm behind schedule. Balancing it with lectures and other assignments is proving really tough. I always think I'll have more time than I actually do.
I totally get that. My biggest problem has been finding reliable sources. There's so much information out there, but sifting through it to find genuinely academic and trustworthy material, especially for my specific topic, has been incredibly time-consuming. It's hard to know what's legitimate.
I faced a similar issue with sources, but my main struggle has been structuring the essay itself. I have all this information, but putting it into a logical, coherent flow that makes sense and builds a strong argument, that's where I'm really getting stuck. It feels like I'm just listing facts sometimes.
I hear you. What about Sophia? Has she made any progress?
I spoke to Sophia yesterday, and she was complaining about technical difficulties. Her laptop crashed, and she lost a significant chunk of her data. It sounds like a nightmare. She had to start collecting some of it all over again, which really set her back.
Oh no, that's terrible. And what about Ethan? He usually sails through these things.
Ethan mentioned to me that he's struggling with the lack of clear guidance from his supervisor. He feels like he's not getting enough direction on what's expected or how to approach certain aspects of his research, which is making him feel a bit lost.
That's a shame. It sounds like we're all having our own unique battles. So what's next for your project, Mia? What are your immediate steps?
Well, after the initial literature review, my next big step is to collect my own primary data. I need to design a survey to get some qualitative feedback from my target group. I'm hoping to get that drafted by the end of next week.
A survey sounds like a good approach. Have you thought about what software you'll use for analysis once you've collected all that data?
Yes, I'm planning to use SPSS. Our lecturer recommended it, and I've watched a few online tutorials. It seems quite powerful, though I'm a bit nervous about the learning curve.
SPSS is great once you get the hang of it. So after the analysis, what's the goal for the final output?
The main goal is to present my findings in a concise report. It needs to be clear, impactful, and easy for readers to understand, even if they're not experts in my field. I'm aiming for about 5,000 words for the main body.
That's a good target. Will you be including any specific sections, like an ethics statement or recommendations?
Definitely. I've been advised to include a distinct section on ethical issues. covering informed consent and data privacy, which is particularly important since I'm dealing with human participants. And yes, a strong recommendations section will be crucial for the practical implications of my research.
Sounds like you have a solid plan. What's your final submission deadline again?
It's the 28th of May, so just under a month away. It feels very close, but I think if I stick to my new schedule, I can make it.
You'll be fine, MIA. We'll all get there. Good luck.
Thanks. You too.
Part 4. Now look at Part 4. You will hear a lecturer giving a talk on urban biodiversity. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to delve into an increasingly vital topic, urban biodiversity. For many years, cities were often seen as ecological deserts, places devoid of significant natural life. However, this perspective is rapidly changing as researchers highlight the critical role that urban green spaces play, not only for human populations but also for local wildlife. So what exactly is urban biodiversity? It refers to the variety of living organisms and ecosystems found within urban and suburban areas. This includes everything from the smallest insects and plants to larger mammals and birds. And the benefits of fostering this biodiversity are numerous and far-reaching. Firstly, from an environmental standpoint, green spaces and their associated biodiversity help to improve air quality significantly. Trees and plants act as natural filters, absorbing pollutants and releasing oxygen, which is crucial in densely populated areas. They also contribute to managing stormwater runoff and can even reduce noise pollution. This is a critical service they provide for urban residents. Another significant environmental benefit is their role in mitigating the urban heat island effect. Cities, with their abundance of concrete and asphalt, tend to be significantly hotter than surrounding rural areas. Green spaces, through shading and evapotranspiration, help to cool down urban environments, making them more comfortable and sustainable. This effect is becoming increasingly important with climate change. Beyond the environmental advantages, there are profound social benefits. Access to green spaces encourages more physical activity, promoting healthier lifestyles. Parks, gardens, and natural areas provide opportunities for walking, cycling, and other recreational pursuits. Studies have shown a direct link between proximity to green spaces and improved physical and mental health outcomes. Furthermore, these areas foster a sense of community engagement. They act as meeting points, facilitating social interaction and community events. When people come together to enjoy or maintain these spaces, it strengthens social bonds and creates a shared sense of responsibility for the environment. Now let's turn our attention to a practical example of successful urban biodiversity enhancement. I want to tell you about the redevelopment of Central Park in our own city. This project, initiated 5 years ago, aimed to transform a neglected urban park into a thriving ecological hub. One of the initial challenges faced by the project team was the extensive removal of existing dilapidated structures, including an old, disused bandstand and a series of concrete pathways, which were hindering natural growth. The redevelopment had several key features. Firstly, a diverse range of native plant species, including trees, shrubs, and wildflowers, were introduced. These were carefully selected to support local insect and bird populations. The idea was to create a vibrant, self-sustaining ecosystem rather than just a manicured garden. Secondly, Specific natural habitats were created for various animal species. For example, log piles were installed for insects, small ponds for amphibians, and nesting boxes for bats and birds. These intentional interventions were designed to encourage wildlife to return and thrive in the urban setting. The outcomes of this project have been remarkable. Within 3 years, there was a measurable increase in bird diversity, with several new species documented nesting in the park. This indicated a significant improvement in the park's ecological health. Perhaps even more importantly, there was a noticeable shift in public appreciation of the natural environment. More city residents began visiting the park, participating in volunteer programs, and expressing a greater understanding of the importance of urban nature. This project serves as a compelling case study for what can be achieved when urban planning embraces biodiversity. Thank you. Are there any questions?
And pencils down. You've survived another IELTS listening marathon. If your brain feels like it just ran a mental obstacle course, congratulations. That means you're doing it right. Want to torture yourself with more tests? We mean enhance your skills? Head to Spinta.org. That's Spinta.org, where we've got reading, writing, speaking practice, and vocabulary games that are actually fun. Yes, fun and IELTS in the same sentence. We're rebels like that. Thanks for listening with Spinta. Now go treat yourself to something nice. You've earned it. Spinta, push forward. Achieve more.